Hola clase, me llamo Stephanie. The topic that I chose for our research report is mental health in the Hispanic, Latino, Spanish-speaking culture. Mental health is an issue that doesn't discriminate. It affects men, women, and children of all races and all cultures, and it is a subject that's very personal to me. I do have children affected by mental illness, and it's also the career I've chosen. I advocate for children with severe emotional and behavioral challenges. And I do have a few children that are Hispanic on my caseload. They have Caucasian mothers and they have Hispanic fathers. And when we had the opportunity to do some research, I thought I would jump at the chance to dig a little deeper into their culture and find out um, why the fathers have chosen not to be involved. And with the two cases I have, they're both very similar. I hear wonderful and just shining things about their dads and the things that they do as a family. But when they have the opportunity to come to meetings with me and give input on their children and input on their care, they choose not to participate, which I didn't understand why until I did this research. And according to Northwestern University, they did a report on the Latino culture in regard to mental health. And this quote that came from this report was pretty powerful to me. It says that many Latinos would prefer to be called an alcoholic or a junkie rather than depressed because there's a stigma for being crazy and seeking therapy. This adds more stress, anxiety, and depression for them and their families. Now, considering that the Latino population, the youth Latino population, according to the APA, is one of the groups classified as a high-risk group, this is a problem. Uh, the reasoning for the lack in care, there are many reasons. Stigma is just one of them. The other reasons are language barriers, poor health, no insurance, lack of resources to get insurance, lack of finances, and the main reason through all the research that I did was cultural barriers. And from my own experiences with work, I have a lot of experience with the Amish culture, but not as much with the Hispanic culture. The two kids that I'm working with are pretty new to me. And I found that when you can express yourself in your own language, that it means so much more than trying to express yourself in your second language, especially if you're not fluent in it. You can have something that you really, really want to say, and you have to take the second-hand description, and it doesn't get your point across, and it doesn't really get truly how you feel about things. And so my question was, what are we doing to help these families and help these youth get services? So there is an organization that works for minorities, and Hispanic culture and Hispanic populations are one of their targets. And I was looking for some information that I could even use in my own work as well as for this course and this project. And I came across a really interesting pamphlet. This is called Mental Health, a Guide for Latinos and Their Families. And I found this online, and what I really like about it is not only me as a provider could go and sit down with the families and go through it, it has page 1, it's written in English, and page 2 is in Spanish, which is also good for our course, so we can, compare the languages and maybe get a better understanding as far as my realm of career goes, that we can compare the language papers. But I thought that this was a great start, a step in the right direction for the Spanish-speaking culture to get more assistance. And also, this group that is trying to advocate for all these pamphlets to be written in Spanish also pushes for every organization to have an interpreter or any other services that would make a family who doesn't speak English as a first language more comfortable and more at home. So not exclusively the Spanish culture, but all cultures in general. But especially it's targeted since we do have a growing number of Spanish-speaking people in our country, and they already have a battle going in with the stigma that they face from their own cultures, trying to blend with ours, that this group is trying really hard to get them the services they need. Um, and along with just advocating for someone and having someone to translate for you and having these flyers that are bilingual. They also have programs that now they can send someone into the home and work with your child directly. And I think that that would also be more of a comfort for someone who's already intimidated with the language barrier to walk into a facility to seek services, that they now have the opportunity to have someone come to them and work with them one-on-one. And I thought that was a really great idea, and I really, really liked it. So I hope that that gave you a little more information and insight into mental health services for the Hispanic culture. And um, if you want more information on the pamphlet that I have, I'd be happy to send you an email link.